Yeah, Basel YouTube, 6-Foot Hacks here, bringing you guys today the team builder for week number 9 of the APA. So I am recording this right after my NPA team builder for this week. So again, no face cam because desyncing issues. I had this problem a couple weeks ago. Hopefully it doesn't come up again. If it does, then I'll look more into it when it does. So this week we are taking on the Montreal Toucannons. If I'm not mistaken, coached by Sleeping Knights 77, aka Kyle, or other Kyle, depending on how you guys know him. Yeah, the Montreal Toucannons here. So Kyle does unfortunately hold a victory over us in draft league competition because he beat us in P4G. So hopefully we can get some vengeance and we can win this week's APA match. Win or lose, we are still going to be guaranteed the #1 spot in our division, I'm pretty sure. I think we're #1 by 17 points almost. Like, it's around there. I think it's at least like 14 to up towards like 17 points that we're ahead of as #1 in our division, which means with there only being 3 more weeks left in the season, I'm pretty sure that we can clinch off the season being #1 in our division, which is really nice. So yeah, win or lose, we should be good either way, but I will be trying to pull out a W here so we can hopefully get some vengeance from P4G. So as you can see from the matchup in the bottom left hand corner, Kyle has some very scary setup mons. Of course, if you guys do enjoy this, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and let me know in the comment section below what are the 6 Pokemon you guys would have brought to this matchup. Maybe it's exactly what I brought, but let me know what you guys would have potentially brought to this game here. So as I said, he's got a lot of setup sweepers, and the scary thing about his setup sweepers is that they are supported by Klefki, Necrozma, Manaphy, Mismagius, Workup, Pidgeot, are all absurdly terrifying, and then he can have SD Sneasel as well, which is a little bit scary. I guess, actually I'm not too sure. I think that Dugtrio learns Hone Claws if I'm not mistaken, so I guess maybe that, but even with screens, I don't think that would really boost Dugtrio's bulk that much. Either way though, he's got a lot of scary setup mons with the screens, so definitely have to deal with those. His biggest offensive threats, I think, are easily going to be Manaphy. The good thing about Manaphy though is that it's not Z Manaphy, so when I figure it out, I'll be able to determine how to deal with it. Also, Necrozma is very, very terrifying. Like, between Necrozma and Manaphy, they're very scary, but Necrozma is his C-Mon, and he's been using Autotomize a lot lately, so I'm expecting him to bring setup Necrozma for sure, Manaphy for sure. Sneasel, I think, has a pretty good matchup in this game. Like, switching it to its coverage moves is very annoying. Mega Pidgeot is a little bit of an issue because switching into that's kind of difficult if he has the rocks up, or if he's got screens up and he does turn out to be work up, that could be a little bit scary. Then Jolteon and Dugtrio are potentially the 6th mon that I expect to come to this match. Even if he brings Dugtrio, it's not that big of an issue, and then we do have 2 ground types to deal with Jolteon. His last 4 mons, I really don't expect this game. Like, Mismagius and Alola Marowak just have a really bad matchup, and they don't do entirely too much, and they're outsped by a lot of our team. Hitmonchan and Cradilly, if he does want to bring them, I have measurements to deal with them, so I'm not really concerned about them. So let's go ahead and get into our first team member here, which is going to be wrong league. This is going to be Rotom Heat, aka Mama, and this is our physically defensive switch into that Sneasel. Yes, of course, if he does have the knockoff, then he will be able to get rid of my Rocky Helmet. But getting off that chip damage is going to be really nice. And then if he's Life Orb, he's taking the chip damage from Rocky Helmet, Rocks hopefully, and then Life Orb on top of that. And then we can Volt Switch or Overheat. And between Volt Switch and Overheat, we hit absolutely everything except for the Alola Marowak. But I'm very confident that Alola Marowak is not going to be coming to this matchup. And then my final move was originally going to be Thunder Wave because paralyzing Manaphy, Necrozma, Pidgeot, Mismagius, and Sneasel would have been absolutely phenomenal. However though, if he does bring Screens Klefki, then I want to have some type of answer to that, which is where Default comes in here. Because if he does have dual screens Klefki, typically Klefki shouldn't be able to do too much to Rotom Heat except maybe Toxic it, so then I can switch it in and then defog away dual screens and just go from there hopefully. So yeah, hoping that Rotom here puts in a little bit of work. Next up, we have our Mega Beedrill making its return. I think we've only used Mega Beedrill like 3 or 4 times this entire season if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully in this match it does put in some work because we outspeed pretty much everything and anything that is not going to be scarfed or boosted by speed in this matchup, because Beedrill naturally outspeeds Jolteon, which is his fastest Pokemon. So we could have potentially ran a little bit of less speed to creep a creeping Jolteon, but if he does want to bring timid max speed Jolteon, I would rather ensure outspeeding that. So U-turn and Poison Jab are super nice this matchup to gain momentum and just pick Mons off. Pursuit is mainly there for his 2 ghost types, which typically they should switch out Fury Me having either Drillrun or Knockoff. Accordingly, both of them get destroyed by Knockoff, so I can catch them on a Pursuit and get rid of them. And then we have T-Spikes because he has no grounded poison type. Yeah, he's got a Defogger and Klefki in Hitmonchan, but if he brings screens, I don't think he'll bring Defog as well on Klefki. And then I really doubt Hitmonchan comes to this matchup. Like, I really don't see what Hitmonchan would entirely do in this game, honestly. I mean, yeah, I guess we have two normal types, but it's a Hitmonchan, so I'm not really concerned about it. But if we are able to get up T-Spikes, Toxicking his team is going to be really nice. That's actually another reason why I ended up eventually taking off Thunder Wave from Rotom. And I know it's a little bit contradicting to have like T-Spikes on Mega Beedrill, which can only get T-Spikes up maybe like once a game, but if I am able to get them up and I don't have to worry about screens and nothing like that, then T-Spikes are going to be really nice to wear down his squad. And yeah, we do have a good bit of physical defensive E's because we really didn't need max attack going into this matchup, and those physical defensive E's allow us to tank an Ice Shard from the Sneasel and take Mach Punches and Sucker Punches a little bit better from Dugtrio and the Hitmonchan accordingly. So next up we have the first mon of a very awesome trio here, and we have Assault Vest Diggersby. So the main reason why I wanted to bring Diggersby over Donphan was because I felt Diggersby had not only a better matchup, but it can easily just gain momentum off of being able to force switch outs, and it has enough coverage to pretty much just smack his entire team around, and we really don't even need something like a Life Orb or a Choice Band for this Diggersby to still just be able to put in nothing but the work. So we are running a very interesting spread here. I opted for max physical attack because while yes, I want this to tank hits, I still want this to absolutely destroy whatever is in front of it. So I know it's a little bit odd that we don't have any ground coverage. Earthquake really only hit Klefki and the Alolan Marowak. Again, I don't expect Marowak. Even then we can trap it. And then Klefki, I would like to think he's not going to switch in a Klefki directly into a Diggersby when I can easily just Earthquake it the following turn. So that's kind of my thought behind that. Arguably, Diggersby is kind of a switch into Klefki because outside of Foul Play, I don't think there's really too much that Klefki can do to me. I guess Play Rough, but that should be fine. Wild Charge, either way, I think is a 2-hit KO depending on if he's physically or specially defensive, which is still really nice. And then with Return and Quick Attack, we hit everything outside of his 2 Ghost types and the Steel types. Quick Attack is going to be really nice to pick off Jolteon, Manaphy, Sneasel, even potentially Necrozma if he does bring Autotomize again. And then U-turn, of course, is nice for momentum. Wild Charge, which is really good because it was a move that still let me hit Klefki for neutral damage while still being able to do a lot of damage to his mages. Because if I went with Knockoff, I would have all my moves resisted by Klefki, and I don't want that. At least by having Wild Charge, we can kind of mitigate that a little bit. So next mon we have here is going to be Adamant Choice Scarfed Jirachi, which is actually really nice this matchup. So of course, as always, we have Stealth Rocks on Jirachi because no Donphan this week, and Rocks in this match are actually going to be really nice because his Sneasel, his Pidgeot are weakened to them. If he doesn't bring Recovering Necrozma, then we get off that initial chip damage to allow us to Revenge Kill it a little bit easier, and then Manaphy is kind of in the same boat as Necrozma where we just need to chip it down and Revenge Kill it accordingly, so that's really nice. But Meteor Mash was chosen because if we're able to get rid of the Klefki and get rid of the Manaphy, or just weaken Manaphy enough, then we can come in with Jirachi here. Meteor Mash has a 40% chance to boost our physical attack, so we can get hopefully an attack boost or 2, and then this late game can potentially sweep. Of course, that is barring the fact that we hit our Meteor Mashes, but hey, Jirachi is well trained. Then of course U-turn is there for momentum, and Zen Headbutt just kind of as a final stab move in case we don't want to lock ourselves into Meteor Mash or the U-turn. Also, a big reason I didn't want Iron Head was because if he does bring something like Sash, Sneasel, with inner focus. I can't flinch it, so obviously I will have to be careful on how I play around this Sneasel. We are running enough speed to guarantee outspeeding Jolteon, if I'm not mistaken, because he doesn't really have anything that he would want to bring Scarfed outside of maybe like a Dugtrio, which is faster than us. Quick Feet or Scarf Jolteon, that's faster than us too. I don't think he would bring Scarf Sneasel. And Scarf Manaphy makes no sense in this matchup, I think. So yeah, at least by having this speed, we can guarantee outspeed Jolteon. And I think we outspeed Necrozma if he is physically, not physically, but if he is not max speed with a timid or jolly nature, right? Yeah, so if he's running Jolly Necrozma and we lose our Sash, then or we lose our Choice Scarf, then we'll know exactly that he is plus speed nature instead of plus like attack or special attack or something along those lines. So next off we have the Master Tangrowth, the second of the trio here. Nice Assault Vest Tangrowth, and I just realized these EVs are entire. This should be careful, not impish. Okay, not careful, but sassy. Not impish. This is the one I brought against Deathly last week that wasn't supposed to be impish, and I forgot to change it like an idiot. So hopefully I'll remember to change this set because it should be max Badef, max HP. Like the EVs under Tangrowth there, those are correct, but I don't know if these are correct or not, and it's just the impish nature over something like sassy. But the thing about max Badef, max HP Tangrowth in this matchup is that it helps cover the Manaphy +3. Ice Beam does not knock us out because unless he's Life Orb, which I don't think he's ran Life Orb Manaphy before. I've seen leftovers a couple times. So a +3 Ice Beam doesn't knock us out, and then Energy Ball does a really good chunk of damage. So this also covers especially offensive Necrozma. Not even a modest Inferno Overdrive will knock us out at max or full HP because we are max Badef, max HP. So that's really nice. Along with the Assault Vest, we can then Rock Tomb, lower speed, pick him off with Energy Ball, maybe Sludge Bomb, try to poison him. I don't know. Speaking of Sludge Bomb, it's a really nice spammable move against this team, honestly. Like the poison chance is 30%, which is really nice. We can poison something like Mismagius potentially on a switch in, Hitmonchan, Cradily, and Mega Pidgeot. Mainly those two are the ones I wouldn't mind getting a poison on with Sludge Bomb. We can poison Manaphy potentially on a switch in, or Necrozma, Sneasel, etc. So you guys get what I'm trying to say. So yeah, along with this in Diggersby, we have the final pair of the triple Assault Vest Mons here, and that is going to be Prima Reno. Yes, guys, we are running triple Assault Vest in this week's match, which I know sounds a little bit crazy and a little bit odd, but I really think that triple Assault Vest works here because, yeah, AV Diggersby and AV Tangrowth, they can deal with things by themselves. But the thing about especially offensive Mons is that Mismagius is a Z-Mon. I'm sure it's a Mom too, but it's a Z-Mon, which means at +2, it's nuking whatever's in front of it, which means then I have another Assault Vest Mon to come in and then revenge kill Mismagius. The Manaphy sets up to +3. I get off damage with one of my Assault Vest Mons, and then one of the other ones can come in here because Energy Ball does not knock out our Prima Reno from full HP, even if he does have a tail glow up. So that's really nice. And then Mega Pidgeot, between Diggersby and Prima Reno, we should be able to safely pivot into Mega Pidgeot enough to the point where it's not as big of a problem. So that's going to be really nice as well. We are running a lot of special attack EVs on this Prima Reno because Prima Reno, while it is Assault Vested, is still a very scary threat to his team. With all 4 of our moves, if you look at his team, we hit pretty much everything. Like, nothing really wants to switch into whatever 2 moves hit something super effectively. Or even things that are caught by a Scald or Moonblast can then be followed up and KO'd by Energy Ball or Ice Beam accordingly. So that's really nice. Between these 4 moves, we pretty much, while being a good pivot switch into especially offensive Mons and a good check to them, we are still a offensive presence to his team, which is super nice. That was what I was kind of aiming for with the set, was to be a good pivot into especially offensive Mons while still being able to apply a lot of offensive pressure. So yeah, really hoping that the triple Assault Vest core works out this week, but we will have to see. So yeah, guys, that is going to be our draft team this week. No, that's going to be our team for this week's draft match in the APA. So if you guys did enjoy this, make sure to hit that thumbs up button down below. Let me know in the comment section below what are the 6 Pokemon you would have brought to this matchup. And with that being said, I'll see you all tomorrow. So later, everybody.
No matter where you're at, I'm not here to make friends, it's time to attack and deplete your HP with a final smash. Don't make me turn around and pull a 6-foot hacks. 6 foot hacks, yeah. 6 foot hacks, yeah. 6 foot hacks.